thing. But we're going to do commentary today. Not really looking to do analysis per se. Splat Zones is the... Hey, what's going on, Carrie? We're going to do some commentary. Yeah, I heard that you're back. I'm going to try to play later today. I have something to do tonight, but I should have time. Alright, so either way the comp. So we have shooters on both teams for everybody, basically, except for this Carbon. So I'm kind of interested to see how the Carbon's going to make much of a difference. I've been playing a lot of Flings lately, which I kind of think is better than Carbon, but we'll see how it works out. Right now, the team with the Carbon does kind of get taken out. We just have a Nautilus and an H3 alive. What a passive comp. So their comp is definitely going to rely a lot on teamwork and a lot on being able to make up for the fact that a lot of these weapons have situations where they can't really do things in the clutch by themselves. And we'll see how they're able to recover. So right now the Carbon's down, they're kind of waiting for him to respawn. This Inkstorm's keeping everyone back, and blue team's just kind of building up their forces. Right now we have a bomb rush ready, but there's a flank. Will this flank take out the bomb rush user? No, actually, they're going to get completely stuffed, and blue team's going to be able to get back in. Definitely going to be able to get a cap out of this, and now it's their turn to hold map. Now, they do have a team comp that's going to be pretty good at that. You know, they have a Carbon to Shark, they have these long-range weapons to kind of post up. So we'll see if they're able to really do something with it. They're not really in position, though. They're not on green's side of the map, and it looks like green's going to have a pretty easy time getting in. Unfortunately, the Tetras get taken out. And this is going to be a short-lived hold from blue team. Nope. I'm sorry, it's going to be a short-lived take-back from green. My bad. And, yeah, so blue's able to kind of hold that down. A little bit of a misplay from that Tetra, and now everyone kind of has to wait, and there goes the Nautilus getting those picks with the inkjet. I mean, FLC was talking about it the other day, but it's kind of like you want to learn the Baller Nautilus because it's easier to play, but in the long run, the inkjet one's actually the one that's better at making plays. How does this one-on-one go? The Tetra's going to be able to take it, and now green's having a better-looking take-back. Booyah bomb going off. This Haunt user knows exactly where his opponents are. He gets taken out by the bomb, but green is able to get the penalty off it. Let's see if they're able to kind of follow up. It's a 4v3 situation for blue, so green's going to have to hold back for now. They did take out that Carbon, though. A little bit of overextending right there. You can see like almost like he was kind of going with his gut, kind of tunnel visioning a little bit, because like the Carbon's supposed to move up and do stuff, but that wasn't the call because the rest of his team wasn't going to be there to be able to back him up, and green is once again going to be able to take mid. Why the fuck you seeing it, Junior? Junior's the best weapon in the game. Well, I don't know. It's kind of... People have kind of adjusted to it, but Junior kind of became... Junior was the best weapon in the game for a while there, at least in zones. Basically, all the other armor... Everything else that paints a lot, or gets armor, either has, like, a really big meter size, or it has a special that's not that good for spamming. Meanwhile, the Junior has like a tiny meter size. It gets armors like fucking crazy, and it paints a lot. And all the other painting weapons just don't contribute as much to the game. Then people kind of figured out ways to kind of play Junior itself like more aggressively and more kind of like, I guess more like a baity kind of play style, where it's like almost like shooting the Junior's like a bait, where like he's gonna just try to like flank and act like he's gonna come after you and like make you look away from the other team, and then pops armor and throws a bomb. It's just really annoying. But people have kind of been adjusting to that. But I still think, like last time I looked at the stats for like these tournaments and stuff, Junior was still like either the highest or almost the highest frequency seen weapon, aside from like probably like some backline, like Charger or something. Yeah, it's armor spam and bomb spam with like a more aggressive way to play the game than I guess Junior's had previously. And it's honestly, it's mostly because like most of the other options that are similar have gotten like nerfed in some way, and Junior just hasn't. Like L3 and Mini. By the way, green's gonna win. L3 and Mini have bigger meter sizes and have some sort of nerfs. Like Neosplash has 200. The NZAP has a bigger meter size. They nerf fucking Aerospray's meter size. K-Pro's still really good. They nerfed the damage up. I don't know if you were there for that, but it's still, like, you can still get the 99 damage, you just need to wear more main power, and people still do that. It's really good. It's not quite, like, it's not in every single fucking team comp like it was before, but it's still one of the more popular weapons. Yeah, K-Pro is fucking nuts. Let's see what else is good. Bamboozler is a lot better. I won't say it's one of the best weapons in the game, though. Tent's being used a little bit less. Tetras are really good. They just have a bad matchup versus K-Pro, sort of. Being seen a little bit more Brella. All the armor weapons that aren't fucking Junior don't really get seen that much. Sometimes you see Zap in like non-zones. Yeah. Yeah, you'll like Bamboo now. Remix is fucking god tier. Remix is really good. Just because like they nerfed Booyah Bomb as well. That was another thing they did to K-Pro. They made it so it's easier to shoot down the Booyah Bomb. But the Remix kind of just gets away from that. SCP? That's just like a shitpost of me copy pasting. SCP is like it's like a fan written story site where it's basically just like you make like fake documentation that you'd find in a government facility about like X-Files stuff, I guess, if that makes sense. It's just a bunch of like really creepy like copy pasta kind of stories like written in the format of like this is like a file kept in like a government facility explaining like the supernatural thing. It's a really cool site. It's really funny, and I just literally just like looked up a random SCP and just fucking pasted it into my chat rules. Yeah, I think that was the one where like it's a door where it's like every 5th person that goes to the door just teleports to random other door, and then every once in a while that person just fucking disappears. They shipping me with aliens? Could ship with aliens. All right, let's. I like this overlay that I made, man. We don't get to see how many games are in the set. I've dropped 0 frames, by the way. Yeah, SCPs are awesome. But yeah, Slosher is really good, Kiri, and Slosher Deco. Nautilus has been used a lot more, not just because it's in here, but because it has been getting used more. I wouldn't necessarily call it top tier or anything yet. It's not as much as like there's any crazy new weapons that are good. It's just that the weapons that aren't good enough just like can't be used anymore. Like it's starting to get to a point where like you can't get away with using bad weapons. It's starting to look a little bit more like Splat 1. I mean, that's what's going to happen when they stop doing major balance patches, right? Alright, so this time's a little bit different than last time. Blue actually gets the early control, but look at like, they're not pushed up. I don't know why they're not like just rushing down this Junior. But other members of green are going to be able to respond. They're going to be able to get back to map, and this is going to give them an opportunity to do something, about this hold that blue has. This bomb rush is going off, and it's going to stop a zone take. And actually, no, it looks like green's having some difficulty doing something kind of major here. Like, they were able to kind of get some specials off. They were able to get a trade there. They're finally able to get another pick, but the Junior goes down. The Tetras do jump in. Do they get taken out by this Inkjet? No, they actually take out the Inkjet. So will green be able to finish this off? They will. They get full map control, and now they're doing a better job at moving. Oh, until that sniper gets that crazy pick. I was going to say they're able to kind of have a more forward position, and this Charger has Haunt. Oh, that's another thing, Kiri. Haunt's been used a lot more recently as well. So that's going to be a pretty effective take-back from blue. Ballpoint gets taken out. And yeah, blue's going to be able to push back up, so really good hold from them, or really good take-back from them. And I suspect they'll be able to get a better hold this time because they're going to have more opportunities to actually push up. Because like that's the thing I've been seeing out of blue. I mean, I guess it's because of their comp, but they really haven't been pushing up that much. They've been kind of just like getting picks and then just like kind of treating it like Call of Duty or something, where it's like, okay, now that we have map control, we're just going to stand places where we can shoot people, as opposed to like getting aggressive and getting up into the opponent's face like you would expect like this Splatoon comp to do. When you use Haunt, it's good on Chargers, it's good on aggressive weapons, just anything that we would run like QR stealth jump on. Another Machine's not used as much anymore, but it's not bad. Slosher is just kind of like, of all the blasters and Slosher type weapons, it's Slosher, Deco, and Soda are the ones that really get used. But you sometimes still see Machine. Like, I mean, as far as we're concerned, Kyo's still really good with Machine. Alright, Green is once again able to get the hold. See, the thing that Blue's been kind of having problems with is they keep getting picks on the way in, and they keep getting control, but then they don't actually they don't get close enough to the enemy base. So they keep being in this situation where they just don't have the lead. They get to take back. Now, will they be able to push up? Now, all right. So now they know that someone's behind them. Oh no, yeah, this is gonna be bad. Everyone kind of gets taken out there. So this isn't a situation where we can really apply what I've been saying to. He got taken out. Just because they didn't get a clean like wipe. and hold. Ooh, man, the Tetra takes out the Carbon. That's not something that a Carbon wants to have happen to it. Like, the Carbon wants to do well against other close-range weapons, right? Like, that's what the Carbon's supposed to be good against. Didn't work out there. Now Green's once again trying to hold. So if Blue does get another, like, full wipe and hold out of this, I want to see, like, if they're able to actually push up. Machine and K-Pro will be really good at slaying, I think. Yep, there's a Carbon. He was playing Carbon last game too. Yeah, K-Pro is fucking crazy. What do you have to wear? 3 mains, 4 subs of 3 mains, 5 subs, or 3 mains, 4 sub of main power? You just run a shitload of main power and then a couple subs of shit. Yeah, the junior spamming bombs are really good. This is another win for Green. See what we see if Blue can end up doing something about this. Skip ahead, skip ahead. 3 mains, 4 subs. Yeah, so you get 5 subs of utility, and if you go with a main, then you only get 1 sub of utility, I'm pretty sure. Although, like, if you go with 2 subs of utility with a main or something, it's like 99 point something good enough. But you really should just do a bunch of main power and then 5 utility subs, because that's literally it. It's the same as you left, it's just that you need to add another sub. Is it 1 more sub or 2 more subs of main power? I think it's just 1 more sub. So whatever your build was before, just add another sub of main power. I forget if it's 1 or 2. Yeah, it's 1. Oh, then maybe you left before that. But then they also nerfed Booyah Bomb. But honestly, Booyah Bomb is still really fucking good. Like, the Bronze Aerospray is actually viable just because fucking Booyah Bomb is that good. The problem with that, though, is that Remix is just fucking ridiculous. Like, a Remix and a K-Pro has more than enough Booyah Bombs. Nice flank by the Carbon here. Scare, and now Blue is doing a better job pushing up. But are they going to push up besides the Carbon? Okay, well, the Nautilus has taken the fan right now. And there's another person nearby too. Will they be able to take out the Tetra? They do. The Carbon's bomb rushing. So this is really good. The Carbon's moved up really far. The H3 is at least supporting, and now the Nautilus is in position too. The Charger is just watching the flank, but I don't think he's really going to be able to do anything if Green decides to be really aggressive. And that's what they're starting to do. So what's going to end up happening here? The Nautilus gets pushed back. Everybody kind of gets pushed back in separate spots. If they recognize this Nautilus is out of position, they can rush him. But the Nautilus actually gets a pick on the opposing ball point. And we're looking at a 3v3 situation where Green's really not able to get in. The Carbon gets taken out. Green gets to start moving forward. And Inkjet gets popped in response by the Nautilus. Will they be able to take zone? I was going to say that is going to take it. That splashdown right there is going to take the whole zone. Now Green's starting to push up. And look at how much more aggressive Green is at doing this kind of thing. Like, the Carbon pushed up, yeah, but he pushed nowhere near as far as this, as these guys did. And it's just immediately. It's like, there's still even people in mid. They didn't care. It's like, okay, like, when we get picks, we go into their base and start fucking shit up. Like, that's how you play Splatoon, is basically how Green Team's been approaching getting, treating an advantageous situation. Like, even when this Tetra gets taken out, like, he's the initiator anyway. He's gonna have Haunt, he's gonna have Quick Respawn and stuff. So, yeah, Blue's looking like they're having a little bit of trouble getting back in. Right now, the Carbon is getting shot at. He does get taken out, so that's a big deal. The Bomb Rush going down right now. They don't have that much time to stop the lead from changing hands. Do they have enough time to at least get a penalty if that doesn't work? This Booyah Bomb almost takes out the H3. He lives. This is kind of crazy. No one can really get control of the zone right now. Now an Ink Storm goes off. Inkjet goes off. Once again, the zone goes to Green. Lead switches, and then there's a penalty. Jeez, that was a lot going on right there. That was a pretty long fight for mid. Now, how will Blue be able to do something about it? And look, again, look, people from Green are jumping in. The Tetra goes in and gets a kill before Blue even leaves their side of the map. Like, that's definitely a weakness in their comp, in my opinion. Hey, what's going on, Delta? Yeah, Remix is fucking ridiculously good. Yeah, the weapons I play, like, I basically play the same kind of weapons that I was playing before, but I've just kind of expanded a little bit. Like, I play, like, Mini, Junior, Enzaps, Neosplash. Neosplash just keeps being good. And then I was playing Carbon, but I just think Flings is better, especially for the way I like to play. And I'm trying to like play more L3. Like I like L3, but I always like play it just casually. And then I've also been playing like some Airspray PG just because it's actually fucking good. But basically just things that paint and aren't terrible at getting kills. Oh, they buffed the Flings, and that's what you missed. They buffed the Flings as painting. Like the vertical flick, it paints a shitload now. And Foil Flings, it gets a shitload of missiles, and it has a good kit, and it paints, it's flexible, it can get kills. Like, so that's why I've been playing that. And will Blue be able to stop this? Alright, so they do get the penalty, this is good. Yeah, things that paint. Dude, well that's the thing about Junior, man. Junior just like invalidates so much of the class because it just paints so much and it gets so many fucking armors compared to everything else. Like everything else that paints a lot can't spam specials like Junior, and that's like the difference maker. So once you learn how to play Junior in a way that's effective, it's like, why would you play anything else? But for me, it's kind of I just kind of play like a little bit of all that stuff. Once again, just this comp out of Blue, like, I could see how it works, but when they're fighting people like this green comp, they're just going to just have so much trouble actually following up fast enough to win the game, because they keep getting kills, they keep wiping, but they're just not able to get into a game-winning like hold fast enough against these like really aggressive teams. And oh, the H3 goes down. 3v3 situation though, people are going to be responding, so they're going to have to get a penalty quick. Bomb Rush can't do it. Some more bombs go off, and nope, that's going to be it. Yeah, but Neosploosh can't actually... Alright, so Neosploosh can't do what Junior does, where Junior like has bombs that are like always making a difference. I'm looking at the chat, but you guys are here. Like Neosploosh, it gets a lot of missiles, yes, but it doesn't actually impact the game when it doesn't have missiles. Whereas like Junior, first off, it paints more because Junior like actually paints forward. It's not a lot, but Neosploosh never paints any paint. Like I think Flings is way better as a missile spammer, because when Flings is painting, it's painting stuff that actually helps your teammates. Whereas like in order for a Neosploosh to farm, it needs to like go paint shit that doesn't matter. And then it does get the missiles, yes. But without having splat bombs and without having like as much long range paint as some of the better painting weapons, it just, in like the higher level play you get, the more it's like useless outside of just getting a bunch of missiles. Whereas like things like Mini and Flingza, yeah, they don't get quite as many missiles, but they actually influence the game during the times that they don't have missiles. And like the way like Junior can be played with like splat bombs and stuff, like you get so many random splat bomb kills a game. And like if you're going to like go after someone, you can throw a splat bomb and then follow up with it and stuff, where like Sploosh like kind of can't really get in outside that. Oh yeah, the other Sploosh is different. I think that one's viable. Alright, let's follow up on this video. So this is going to be the finals of the whatever it is that we just watched. So, okay, so now I believe the team we were watching last time is going to be purple instead of green. Alright, let's see if there's a PG. No, there's not, but there's a Neo Splash. That's interesting. No, let's see what happens. I like how there's just simple English words on both sides. Neo Splash. Oh, yeah, Neo Splash. So, Neo Splash's biggest problem is the fact that Bomb Rush just isn't as good as armor. But if you can make really good use of Bomb Rush, it's definitely a really good weapon. I mean, that's why I play it. Also, the thing is, like, so Junior has a better special, and Junior also has a 180 meter size instead of 120, and that can really make a big difference. But, I mean, I use Neo Splash a lot. Like, I think it's a good weapon. It's always high tier. Yeah, Junior also has the 100%, the ink tank to be able to, like, spam the bombs and stuff like that. But no, Neo Splash is definitely a good weapon. It's definitely viable. I think that Junior is overall better in zones. It's sometimes debatable in other modes. Like, Neo Splash can be really good in Rainmaker because of how it can, like, pop and stuff like that. It's just that Bomb Rush is really slow. But I think that I am able to make good enough use of Bomb Rush to the point where I can make up for it. That combined with, like, Neo Splash just being better at getting kills and making a difference outside of a special. Like if you really like sit down to be good with Neo Splash, I think that you can be as good with it as you can with Junior in a lot of cases. All right. Either way, we're watching a game on Moray. Interestingly enough, our aggro team from last time has chosen not to run a backline on Moray. This is kind of like a Splat 1 sort of thing. Hello, Cat. This is sort of a Splat 1 kind of thing where like the way Moray is approached, it's like you either go with like long range like snipers, or you actually like choose not to go backline when you would go backline on most other maps because you just need to be like really aggressive and get some picks and just start jumping in on their side of the map. Like that kind of thing still works. Just because the map is so big that even like when people know where you have a stealth jump, you can just not be in range to kill. Ooh. The brush comes in and gets that pick. All right, so now blue team they have a pretty difficult situation here because they've got the zone, but they haven't got any picks. Now they finally do get one, but they're not really. See how green like didn't really give up their side of the map, and they're still able to kind of like be in control of their side. What you want to be able to do on this map, especially with one of these aggressive comps, is you need to be able to like not only get the picks in mid, but you need to get picks otherwise. That way you can get all the way up onto the side of the map and you just basically like infest the place. Like they can't get you out, and it just so much time goes by for them doing it that you just get a ton of time on zone. But they weren't really like they were able to get the wipes, but they weren't able to actually get up onto the enemy side of the map, and that might have something to do with the fact that they're fighting like a less passive comp than last time. Am I not going to play? I'll probably play after this. I'm sure something's going to be going on in +1. But I just kind of want to do some commentary on some of these JP stuff because I haven't done it in a while. Right. Green is doing a good job of just slowly taking back the map. They weren't really getting any time on zone, but they also like were doing a good job of actually keeping map control. Now the Neo Splash and the brush are starting to back up. Now, all right, they know the brush knows that there's a person here. He's going to pop his baller. It looks like he's just going to go off in zone. He's going to wait for the splash down, then he's going to go off, and now he's going to go after this person. He's probably gotten called off. He knows someone's behind him. Will be able to get the pick. He does. And he knows there's another person behind him, so he's going to run away, so that's good on him. He's going to be able to just like establish some sort of control on this part of the map, and that means that they're probably going to be able to get the zones back soon. The Brella is working on this zone. The Ink Brush is working on the other one. Unfortunately, the Brella gets snuck up behind, so he can't continue trying to get zone. And with all those specials and teamwork being back up and stuff, Green's actually able to stop that from being a penalty. So, well, I mean, it doesn't matter with the amount of time they have, but it stops. Green's able to stop that from being a loss of control for them. Now they have Bomb Rush, and they are kind of moving back into the map. This sniper's just kind of being cautious, throwing some bombs over on the other side of the map. Pretty good play. And yeah, I mean, green really doesn't need to overcommit to anything like that. It's up to blue to get like a full wipe and get actual map control, which they haven't really been able to do yet. Yeah, and the junior gets taken out. The person who got the kill backs up. See, this is really good. The fact that green recognizes what kind of position they're in. It's like they don't have to overextend. All they have to do is like hold mid as long as they're not being too passive, and they can get some kills. They should be able to force blue to come to them in a kind of desperate way that leaves them open to get punished. Bomb Rush is good on Moray, yeah. What tournament is this? This is one of the Splat Zone's JP tournaments. I forget the exact name of the series, but it was number 18. I think they're just called Splat Zone's, like Splat Zone Cup or Splat Cup or whatever the heck it's called. Whatever the translation of it would be. Alright, so our heroes from last game aren't able to really get good map control, and they're going to lose game 1 here. Area Cup, that's what it is. Yeah, not Zones Cup, Area Cup. Well, Area is their word for Splat Zones. Yeah, there was a double soda that came in first place in one of these as well. This is where a lot of like the OMG, this comp kind of stuff comes from. Alright, we're looking at Wahoo. Alright, so let's see how this is different. So, Moray obviously is one of those maps that's just different from most of the maps in the game, and it really forces people to play different than they would. So, a map like Moray being game 1 in a set always leaves a lot of question marks when it comes to the rest of the set, because I don't want to say it could be a fluke, but sometimes just that different way to play just is something that one comp can be better at than the other. So we'll see if the results of the first game stay consistent in this game. Now we have double backline, and we have double Booyah Bomb with the Tetra and the Junior. So this is a pretty strong comp coming out of blue team that we saw win last time. Remember, the colors have switched. And green this time is able to get the first clean control. Blue having to jump back. This Tetra going for a flank. I don't know if they know that he's there. They don't seem to. Booyah Bomb going off. Tetra flanking in. This is looking pretty solid for Blue's ability to get a penalty, but not quite so much when they're able to get control. Looks like they're going to go down afterwards. Green is once again going to get control. Although this Tetra doing work once again. Now he has a splashdown ready, but he's solo versus two people, so that splashdown probably not going to work. But him dying in splashdown is a form of special saver, so a little bit of a benefit for him there. He's also going to have Haunt. So we'll see how Blue's able to follow up on this. The Tetra jumps in and he immediately goes after an opposing member, and he doesn't get the kill actually. It's a 3v2 situation for Green. As Green's once again able to just kind of slowly hold. Now Blue's getting some kills. So this is our first time seeing on this map Blue get like a full white, and this is what we saw out of them in the first set. When they get these kills, the Tetra is just rushing in. Other members are rushing in behind him. 3v3 situation right now. They gain the lead. The Tetra starts to back out now as he realizes his teammates really aren't able to follow up that much. What were they going to do about this ink brush? They're going to force the splashdown out of him maybe? Or the baller, I'm sorry. Why am I thinking it's a splashdown? I'm watching Japanese players. Baller tries to go off in zone, gets a pick. 3v3 situation still though. The K-Pro's down. Right now, it's basically just an ink brush and a charger, so I don't think they're going to be able to really get that much control right now. They see the ink brush as well, so no element of surprise here. As they just need to fight over zone, they get control again, and now time's starting to tick down for them. Nice kill, assisted by a teammate there. And this is a better hold. Now, they're not really charging that far into the enemy base like they were in the past. This is kind of an opportunity for them to... Yep, here goes the K-Pro, and now they're starting to push forward. Not that much time left on the clock. Green has very limited options. They basically have to get the zone now. They're not going to be able to, and this is going to be a quick finish for blue team. So yeah, this is kind of what we expected to see out of them in the Moray game. That kind of like, we're going to get some picks and just rush in, and if it doesn't work, we'll try again. They just weren't able to do that on Moray. It just didn't look like it was the kind of map where they were able to do that for. And oh man, that Charger is not having a good game. And yeah, just like I said, sometimes Moray is just a different environment. People excel differently in different kinds of environments, and maybe Moray just wasn't the kind of environment where the blue team really thrived in. Now we're going to Humpback. So this is pretty much classic splat zones. We all know that spamming specials into zone and stuff like that is really powerful here. Always is. So I don't think it's enough to make this a map where like people have to play differently. Hey, there's your machine, Kiri, if you're still watching. I don't think it's like a map where people have to like play differently per se. But it's definitely going to put a different emphasis on how zone control works, because this is definitely one of those maps where you can get a lot more picks, but if the enemy team just keeps putting specials on zone successfully, you just don't get the points to back up. You don't get the points to show for it, basically. So we'll see how this ends up coming out. Right now, blue is able to get the picks first. They aren't quite able to push that far in. The Tetra does get stuffed. But like we said, they basically just need to keep doing that. Get the picks, push in really hard, repeat. Here goes one special. The Booyah Bomb is going to get rid of some of those suction bombs, but not enough to actually take the zone or get any picks. And now green is going to be the team in control. We'll see how they are able to establish dominance. They know this K-Pro is here. Oh man, that Brella should have won that one-on-one. That was a really nice outplay by the K-Pro. More of a choke by the Brella, not actually protecting himself right there. Misreading where the K-Pro was going to move. And the K-Pro just got this pick, so now green is able to kind of blue is able to kind of pop back in. And yeah, I mean, like, that was a really good hold from green. Now, unfortunately, the camera angle couldn't really see that much of what was going on, but I was a little bit surprised that blue was actually able to move in like that. But now we have green pushing up more. Yeah, that splashdown gets a pick. The ink brush is going to try to go for kind of like a fake flank. I'd say. We'll see if he's actually able to get any picks over here. He doesn't have special yet. So yeah, he's just going to go in and he's going to go in. He doesn't actually have the special to back up that positioning. Splash down in armor, going to be able to kind of contest zone right now, but green still has the zone. Let's see what this Tetra is going to be able to accomplish. He's going to get double teamed, doesn't get the brush in time, and green is once again able to kind of get the zone. So yeah, I still think that there's potential for blue to just kind of pop off if they can properly, follow up on the way that they've been playing, which is, once they do get that wipe, they're going to move in so hard that you're just not going to be able to beat them. Hasn't happened yet, though. Here's some picks of the 2v3. Let's see if 2v3 is good enough for them. It's a 3v1. And the Brella, actually, no, that's a full wipe. So how far in are they going to move? The Tetra's going in one side, the K-Pro's going in the other side. The Junior's getting armor and bombs in mid, so that's good. And the Remix is just kind of hanging. So the Remix has Booyah Bomb. The Tetra is just being really annoying right now, trying to go after the Sniper. He's going to have the Brella come after him. He's going to get picked out, and I don't think that they're going to be able to continue holding for that long. Basically, a 2v2 in the center. Once someone else shows up, it's going to be a 3v2, and yeah, that's going to be specials on zone. Green's going to take that. They're going to get the penalty, and Blue's going to need to try again. I think that they needed to send two people to the same side, or maybe have someone jump to that Tetra. Just because as soon as two people just focus one of those sides, because we had the K-Pro go far one side, the Tetra go far the other side. Green just focused one of them, and he had no backup. The Junior and the Remix not really able to respond in time or anything like that, and that's where that penalty came from. But right now, Blue once again gets the zone taken. Like we talked about, Humpback, this is going to be one of those maps where even if you get more kills than the enemy, if you can't stop their specials from taking zone, you don't really get credit for it, per se. So Blue has that problem to deal with right now, as they are trying pretty hard. Plenty of time left, actually. They don't. Dude, when the music gets to that point, when there's like a minute 30 left, I always think that that the game's about to end, but it's not. But it's not. All right, so let's see how this hold goes. It looks like someone is over there to the right. It seems they're also forced to kind of push to fall back. So this is Blue trying to hold without pushing up that far. Green once again able to get a penalty. This is like the fourth time that Green's been able to kind of cap zone in this fashion and get some picks on top of it. So this is looking really good for Green. Blue hasn't been this knocked back in a lot of those previous takebacks from Green. It's just that they've gotten penalties. Now Green actually is set up, so this is starting to look pretty sketchy. Ability double in the green team? I'm not sure. We should keep an eye out for it. The Ken tends to not really care that much about builds. But, I don't know, maybe he has something. Alright. 15 seconds left. 4v3 in the favor of green. This is looking like it might be a 2-1. Blue's unable to really do something about this very soon. Bomb rush going off is going to be even harder to take back. 5 seconds left. Splashdown goes down. Junior gets taken out. Yeah, that's going to be it. That is going to be it. My nose is like stuffy. Have any gum? I have a little bit of gum. Alright. I am going to real quick mute and blow my nose while this other game loads up. So the video is going to still keep going. I'm not going anywhere. Just give me 1 second of not talking. We back. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, let's skip forward. I love this layout. Like, this no spoilers layout. Because normally at this point, we'd see the red bar and be like, oh, there's only enough time for one more game. This team's going to win. Or, like, there's a ton of time. It's like, oh, shit, either one team could win, you know? Like, This is pretty great. What fucking map is it? Is this kelp? Yes. Hey, there's the bamboo. That is ability doubler on the Brella. So yeah, maybe he's going for some kind of, I mean, Brella's the kind of weapon that wants like this much from main saber and this much this much that, so maybe he just likes it. Who knows? I didn't see the particular build. Alright, so green once again with control. People down though. Tetra going for the flank, and man, it's so hard to actually have that right side flank go properly. Junior right now fighting Umbrella, K-Pro. Brush coming in for the flank. Will the Junior be able to respond? No, the Junior actually gets taken out by both of those people. And yeah, green is just... Whew, this is looking pretty rough. This is looking pretty rough. Green gets another wipe. This could be a 3-1. I think that it's first to 3 in this too, so... This is going to be pretty hard for Blue to get. Man, what a way to go right, if this happens, right? Kelp? Man, it's just like literally just one little mistake and the game just ends. Such a small sample size, which team is better? Yeah, more people from Blue getting taken out. So hard to get out of your base, and that is going to be that game. That is going to be that game. Let's even see the KDs. Like, did Blue even get kills? A few. Whew. Man, that is rough right there. Yeah, that was fast. That's kelp for you though. So is this the last game? Yep, that was the last game. That was it. All my Magic the Gathering and Joe Rogan stuff coming up. I play a lot of Magic.